Kaylee Cuoco and Sam Claflin star in the MGM Plus original series, Vanished. When the man Alice loves disappears on a train to the south of France, every romantic memory becomes evidence. Every intimate detail, a potential threat. She thought she knew everything about him, but she may not even know his real name. New episode Sunday on MGM Plus. Finding the truth is a dangerous affair.
Excuse me! Taxi!
Come on, what are you doing? This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And joining us now here on Cats and Cosby, we have Victoria Coates, Deputy National Security Advisor, the former one there under President Trump. Victoria, we're just getting word that the USS Gerald R. Ford carrier group, the biggest one in the fleet, has now been ordered to move towards the Middle East. President Trump just asked a few minutes ago, what's going on with Iran? And he said, well, I hope they talk or else it's going to be traumatic. What do you think, Victoria? Is something imminent?
Now, this is a huge step, Rita, and the Ford is our most modern aircraft carrier group. It is the first in the Ford class. It is the most capable. It's our most sophisticated. I remember when President Trump went down to Norfolk for its christening during the first term. So this is a huge deal. So if you're marrying that up with the Abraham Lincoln that's already in the theater, this was the aircraft carrier group that supported the Maduro action. This means we are beyond serious. We're done talking. There's going to be an offer made. I think the president has a very clear deal in his head for the Iranians. It will be no more terrorist proxies, no nuclear weapons, and a significant reduction of their missile stocks. If they will take that, there's a deal to be had there. But this isn't going to be about endless negotiations in Oman or Vienna or wherever. This is, we are deadly serious here, and you guys either come to the table and make massive concessions, or you're going to go.
You know, Victoria, Trump obviously famously said, hey, we're talking, but so far they haven't come to the table. That was last time. And then, of course, the B-2 bombers came in and masterfully hit the nuke plants. Could it be the same thing this time? I mean, he keeps saying we're talking. It sounds like he's giving Iran a lot of chances, but we haven't heard that they've really come to the table yet. Could it be something, very, very soon? This seems to be his strategy. He wants to also catch him a little off guard. He's not going to say, hey, it's tomorrow at X.
Oh, of course. And this has been building up now for weeks. I mean, it's been almost a month since people have been talking about a potential strike on Iran. And he put a deadline on it a day or so ago where he said, a month. But remember, he did that before, and then he chose his own moment. So this is, the Iranians know as well as anyone what's happening here. And they also know that the Operation Midnight Hammer, the one from last June with the B-2s you were just describing, that's what weakened them in the eyes of their own people. That's why these protests were happening in the first place. And so if you have an even stronger bombing run, and I think this is exactly why Prime Minister Netanyahu made that very quick trip to Washington earlier this week, actually, that we want to make sure everyone's all lashed up. We have everything dotted and crossed. And, again, it's up to the Iranians. The deal is there. Force doesn't have to be used. This is entirely their choice.
Ed Cox.
So, Victoria, what do you think the role of Israelis will be in this process? They were absolutely necessary for the B-2 bombing. What's their roles this time?
Oh, absolutely. And that's why the unprecedented coordination between Israel and the United States that we've seen now over the last 13 months is so critical. And a lot of this, we laid the groundwork in the first term, but what's happened this year, this was Prime Minister Netanyahu's 7th trip to the United States, the 8th meeting between these two leaders in 13 months. Unbelievable. You just don't see this in any other relationship. And so that coordination is as tight as I've ever seen it from talking to former Israeli colleagues. They're all thrilled. Our U.S. colleagues in the administration feel really confident in this relationship, and it's everything from what they can do in terms of preliminary strikes, what they can do in terms of targeted assassinations, what they can do in terms of intelligence sharing. This is all critical to keeping the American people safe from the menace of this Iranian regime.
All right. Well, Victoria Coates, thank you very, very much. We really appreciate it. Something big may be happening very soon. It just feels like it. At least Trump Trump is certainly amping up the pressure. And often that's the best way to get somebody to the table. Let's hope they listen. Victoria, thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Thanks. You guys too.
Thank you.